Good morning, my dear students. I welcome you to online English classes. This is your English teacher Monisha Malik. Now let's start the class. Today we will start activity sheet 4, that is based on 2.3 and 2.4. The name of the chapter you know very well. 2.3, The Homecoming, and 2.4, that is poem Lucy Gray. Now let's start the activity sheet 4. Now students, come to the first question, that is passage. First I read the paragraph and then I read the question for you. As you know that you people are doing the passage by yourself. Now start the activity sheet 4. Link on the lesson 2.3, The Homecoming, and 2.4, Lucy Gray. Read these lines. Fatique's situation at his new school also was no different. He was the most backward boy in the whole school. He gaped and remained silent when the teacher asked him a question. He was caned almost daily. When in the evening other boys were out at play, he would think of his village home. He would stand sadly by the window and gaze at the roof of distant houses. His heart ached to go back to his village. One more time I read. Fatique's situation at his new school also was no different. He was the most backward boy in the whole school. He gaped and remained silent when the teacher asked him a question. He was caned almost daily. When in the evening other boys were out at play, he would think of his village home. He would stand sadly by the window and gaze at the roofs of distant houses. His heart ached to go back to his village. Answer each question briefly. Why was Fatigue at a new school? As you know about the chapter, you know very well that Fatigue's been shifted to his uncle's house in Kolkata. Or to say, Fatigue was a new school because he has been shifted to his uncle's house in Kolkata. Now comes to second question. How did Fatigue fare at his new school? In passage only that answer is given. See here, he was caned almost daily. Here, he was caned almost daily. That means Fatigue was caned almost daily at his new school. Why would he do when the teacher asked him a question? As you know, Fatigue remained silent when the teacher asked him a question. That in passage only, that answer also given. See, he gaped and remained silent when the teacher asked him a question. You got answer number 3 also. Now comes to Question number 4. Did the teacher show any sympathy for fatigue? What's the answer? You only tell. Very easy. Did the teacher show any sympathy for fatigue? That is, no. The teacher didn't show any sympathy for fatigue. What would the other boys do in the evening? What fatigue do in the evening? Fatigue stand sadly by the window and gaze at the roof of distant house. That is given in this paragraph only. He would stand sadly by the window and gaze at the roof at distant houses. Got it? Why do you think fatigue gazed at the roof of distant houses? This answer you find it in your own. That is given in paragraph only. In this way, we complete this passage. Now comes to question number 2, that is, join each pair of sentences using the word given in bracket. First question. You don't get up this moment. I will thrash you. What do you have to use? If. That means with if you have to join the pair of sentences. When we use if, only to express a strong condition or to introduce possible or impossible situation or condition and their result. And one more thing, the situation or condition can be real, imaged or uncertain. That means how you have to join? If you don't get up this moment, I will thrash you. If you don't get up this moment, I will thrash you. If come in the front. Second question. The other boys began to laugh. Fatigue was frightened. Used but. But means expect for the facts. But is used to introduce an added statement, usually something that is different from what you have to said before. That means the answer will be the other boys began to laugh, but fatigue was frightened. The other boys began to laugh, but fatigue was frightened. Now comes to question number 3. He sat down on the log. He began to nibble a piece of grass. Join with and. And is used to join two words or to join two sentences or related statement together. That means he sat down on the log and began to nibble a piece of grass. Here we remove he because here 2 times he is written. And whenever we join the sentence, we have to use 1 time. He sat down on the log and began to nibble a piece of grass. Question number 4. Fatigue pushed her aside. She shouted angrily. We use when to ask question or as a conjunction and to introduce relative clause. Or when we say that, when we ask for information about what time something happens, that means when we use when, the answer started from when. When Fatiq pushed her aside, after then you put one comma, she shouted angrily. Like this, when Fatiq pushed her aside, put one comma, here. Understood? After then you write, she shouted angrily. Understood? That means you used when in front. When Fatiq pushed her aside, after then you put comma, she shouted angrily. Now come to question number 5. He found out where his sister lived. He hastened to meet her. And you have to join with as soon as. As soon as, that means immediately or shortly after the time, in the shortest possible time. That means we used as soon as in the front. As soon as he found out where his sister lived, after then you put one comma, he hastened to meet her. Understood? As soon as he found out where his sister lived, comma, he hastened to meet her. Now comes to question number 6. Question number 6 you do in your own, because his cousins mocked at him. His aunt always found fault with him, and you have to join with and. In previous question I told you how to join and. You do it in your own. Now come to question number 7. He kept asking his uncle. They would start, and you have to join with when. But in this question, you see, he kept asking his uncle when they would start. Here in this question, he kept asking his uncle when they would start. Now comes to question number 8. His eyes wandered about the room. He expected someone to come. Now, what's the answer? His eyes wandered about the room as if he expected someone to come. That means you have to join with as if. First you write the first sentence, after then you put as if, then you write he expected someone to come. His eyes wandered about the room as if he expected someone to come. Now come to question number 3. Write one sentence for each of the following kind of sentence. You know about sentence? What is the meaning of sentence? A sentence is a group of words which start with a capital letter and end with a full stop, in which question mark or exclamation mark also there. As you know, what is sentence? In previous class you learnt about the sentence. a sentence, a group of words usually containing a verb that express a thought in the form of statement, questions, instruction, or exclamation and start with a capital letter when written. Then how many types of sentences? That is 4 types. First is declarative, second is interrogative, third is exclamatory, and fourth is imperative. Declarative assertive sentence is also called declarative sentence. That means we say declarative or assertive, both are same. And declarative sentence simply make a statement or express an opinion. In other words, it make a declaration, and in simple way this sentence end with a full stop. An imperative sentence give a command or make a request, and it usually end with a period, but can under certain circumstance end with an exclamation point. Interrogative, you know very well that interrogative sentence asks a question. This type of sentence often begin with who, what, where, when, why, how, or do, and it ends with a question mark. That's the important point for interrogative sentence, that you have to put question mark in the end of the sentence. Exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses great emotion, such as excitement, surprise, happiness, and anger, and ends with the exclamation point. That is important to put exclamation sign in exclamatory sentence. Now question number 3, write one sentence for each of the following kind of sentence. First is assertive or affirmative. That example is written here. He is writing a letter. See, this is also a declarative sentence. He is writing a letter. That's end with full stop, and it is a simple sentence. Now second, assertive negative. He is not writing a letter. That means in this sentence, negative sentence is there. If not is there, that means that is negative, but end with full stop. Interrogative, is he writing a letter? See here, movement is changed. Interrogative, is he writing a letter, but ends with question mark. That's the important point for interrogative. Is he writing a letter, and ends with question mark. Imperative, write a letter. This sentence show a command or request. Write a letter. Understood? Now question number 4. Each report each sentence as shown. Question number 1. Clean it yourself. In example, it's written, mother told me to clean it myself. And by those command ought to say, who told you? In simple, mother told me. Who told you? Mother told me to clean it myself. Understood? Clean it yourself. Mother told me to clean it myself. Don't sit on my bed. You see here, the sign is exclamation. I asked to Mohan. See that in question, don't is symbolize. That means the answer be in negative form. Then how you write the answer? I asked Mohan not to sit on my bed. How you write the answer? I asked Mohan not to sit on my bed. Easy, I think so. You do it. Now come to question number 3. Don't be funny. I know very well. You know the answer. That is easy. Same question related to question number 2. How you write the answer? I asked Misha not to be funny. Now come to question number 4. Get your hair cut. My father asked me. Simple, that is, my father asked me to get my hair cut. Only I put here 2. My father asked me to get up my hair cut. Understood? Do your buttons up. Do your buttons up. Answer. The teacher asked Manu to do his button up. That means you have to put only 2. The teacher asked Manu to do his buttons up. Understood? Don't put your elbow on the table. The principal asked him. How you write it? That in the question number 2 and question number 3. Like that only. Question number 6 also. The principal asked him not to put his elbow on the table. Only you have to put not. The principal asked him not to put his elbow on the table. Understood? Question number 6. Now come to question number 7. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. Who said? My friend asked me. The answer is, my friend asked me to take a look at myself. See here, yourself convert into myself. In the mirror. My friend asked me to take a look at myself in the mirror. Question number 8. Don't wipe your dirty fingers on my nice tablecloth. Don't wipe your dirty fingers on my nice tablecloth. She ordered her servant. That also simple, I think so. Related to question number 2, question number 3 and question number 6. I know you know the answer. She ordered her servant not to wipe his dirty finger on her nice tablecloth. Can I repeat one more time? Question number 8. She ordered her servant not to wipe his dirty finger on her nice tablecloth. I think till here there is no confusion. The next part we will see in the next class. Till then, goodbye.